Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to be playing, this is my solo playthrough of a horror game, a Filipino horror game, once again, called Perlas. So, Perlas is Spanish as well as, Philippines was colonized by the Spaniards. So in a way, it's also Filipino. So, Perlas means the pearl, a survival horror of sorts. Again, this is a blind playthrough. I don't know too much about all the details of the game itself, but I just know that yes, you are a player that's navigating through in a survival horror context, surviving through the barangay, which is like a provincial suburb, I guess. So the indie devs aren't really an indie developer company per se. They're actually a group of students, university students. The website, at least the itch.io page, describes them as basically a bunch of students. This is probably like maybe an extracurricular project or maybe the project, a prototype game, which they sort of envision to sort of, pave the way for other games like that they will like it, I suppose, in the future. I hope you guys really enjoy. I mean, I'm quite excited to play it. It's been on my list because, I love the indie scene, and because I'm Filipino myself, playing Filipino indie games has been I think a cherry on top of the games I like to play to showcase on this channel, at least in this part of these type of episodes I want to do as part of our budding channel. So I hope you guys enjoy. Sit back, don't get too nervous. I mean, I'm probably going to shit my pants a lot. Hope you guys enjoy Le Perlas, the Pearl.
You got the fire, the midlife desire, still chasing dreams with the thunder inside. You got the spark, a big kid heart, playing hard, talking deep, never gonna hide. It's a midlife time crisis, but we're alive in this. Yeah, we were made for this ride.
Okay, so before we begin, I usually like to fiddle around with the options to make sure at least the audio is to my liking. A lot of the times, the default settings for the audio is max. I have tinkered with this, just letting you know, just audio sakes. So I always like to keep the voice as high as possible. The music and sound effects probably the lowest in terms of the volume I'm after for. The music, depending on how energetic it is, I suppose, how loud. Like if it's a rock symphony, for example, I'll probably keep that a little bit lower than what I have for the compared to the sound effects. But for now, this I think will do. Maybe master can go a little bit up. Okay. So output device, various speakers. Let's go with that one. That's good. All right. Apply it. Language, English, subtitles on. Okay, that's good. Video. Actually, wait. Yeah, we'll keep it. And video and control. So again, this it's one of these games that does support both controller and keyboard. So that's a very good level of flexibility, which is great. I think it's pretty standard now, anyway. And I think we're good. I think we can continue and play the game. Oh, what do we have for extras? Oh, just credits. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's play the demo / prototype to La Perlas, the Pearl. So we begin a new game. Again, this is the one I played. This is when I set the settings. When I did mention it's a blind playthrough, I just sort of went in to have a quick look-see around, see how it goes. But what I'll do is I'm going to create a brand new slot, and here we go. So I just have to add here that something went wrong with my recording, so I'm going to have to narrate the intro. My apologies, everyone. June 27th, 2005, there was a place where people are at peace, but now it is abandoned. People say to that place is ruined by creatures. Well, I don't believe it. Today, rumors has begun to arise, but now corporations want that place for their own good. But I am wondering, why are they interested in that place? It's just an abandoned area, or maybe something is valuable there. I am Angelo, a detective from Manila. I am tasked to investigate that particular area. However, things have taken a turn. It was a nightmare. But I need to push further. It is my duty. Will I survive this old pearl? Okay, cool. Alright, so yes, we do play as a detective. Detective Angelo. Intro's pretty cool. Of course, a little bit of the grammar in the intro text probably needs some editing. It's not the correct grammar, but hey, I'm just nitpicking. But look, it's pretty cool. Cinematic even. I believe, well, I mean, I think anyway, the voice is probably AI. It would probably do a world of difference, a world of good if they managed to get even their voice acting, like themselves. I reckon they can pull it off very well. With a bit of a Filipino accent, I think. Just sort of, add to the believability, increase that credibility to the game, because it is set in the Philippines. I think even speaking English with a slight mature man sounding voice with a bit of a Filipino twang or twinge to their accent would do wonders, like absolute wonders. Okay, so it looks like we're in a prison cell. Funny place to be in for a cop. Yeah, funny place to be in for a cop. Ooh, that's... Do prison cells in the Philippines have toilets like these? I don't know. I thought they'd probably be a bit more... less fancy. Okay, so we got a... What's this one? Water tank container. Alright. So, chapter 1. Find the warden key. I guess what I'm meaning to say is to sort of settle the believability. I mean, I don't expect, students to walk into a prison and gather some research material to sort of, fine-tune their setting. Because even I'm not sure if prisons in the Philippines look as fancy as this, but this does look very westernized. But hey, look, I'm just nitpicking once again. Okay, we'll pick this up. Pedro, just a quick note to let you know I've finished cleaning up the area. I'm taking a break over at the police station. That company hired us at the last minute, so this must be that corporation. But hey, the pay's good, so no complaints there. I gotta admit, there's something eerie about this place. Every now and then, I swear I hear murmurs coming from the trees nearby. It gives me the chills, but I try to brush it off. Oh, and I left the extra exit key at the warden's office, and by the entrance there is a key for the warden's office, just in case you need it. Oh, awesome. Thanks. Do I have an inventory? Ooh, probably not yet. Probably the game will school me to use up the various functions. Okay, cool. Graphics look cool. Okay. An abandoned prison. I mean, if I start off here, how did I get here? Did I just walk in and the door is locked? I need to find a key. So is this the warden's office? Can't be. Alright. Okay, I can run. Good. Get the key inside the room. That's the key. Alright. Cool. No prompt? Usually it'd be something to tell me what that was. So this is the exit. Can I walk out? This is probably the key that I need. The door is locked. I need to find a key. Yes. Standard survival horror fare. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. I guess that's your holster for a pistol. I like. Cool. I always like games that sort of add a little bit of on the model, or give a bit of realism to how weapons sort of are secured to your persons. And I like that. I really do. Okay, let's open the door. Chapter 1. Go inside the police station. I can't zoom in, can I? What's this? Can't read that. Oh, another key. Those are funny looking keys. Detective Angelo, I found you at the entrance of the barangay, unconscious with your car wrecked. I suspect those creatures set up vehicle traps at the entrance. They're getting smarter and more dangerous. Meet me at the garage of the police station where your wrecked car is. We need to figure out our next move and stay one step ahead of these monsters. Stay safe and stay sharp. Pedro. Okay. Look, I don't mind that they didn't use the intro to sort of illustrate that part, to explain how your main character gets to the prison cell. I mean, I don't mind. I quite like that you sort of wake up a bit confused in how you got there, and then there's a bit of like text that you find or have to find that explain how the origins of how you started in the game. So I like that. That's not too bad at all. Okay, so I've got a key. That's the exit key. Woo! Can I jump? No. Thank you very much. Okay, wow. Raining. I love the atmosphere. That's very... I like it. Wow. Okay, police station's there. Let's see if I can enter through here. Yes, I can. What does this place hold for me? Okay, corrugated iron fences. Basketball court. That's a staple. In anywhere you go. The door is locked. I need to find a key. Another key, eh? Alright. Let's call this place Sayonara. Okay. So the grill doors are all unlocked. Very nice. And there is a key. Let me guess where this goes. Probably not for that one, but for the one, this door over here. Let's just assume that Pedro left these keys lying around. However, why did he lock things? I guess to keep you protected from the monsters, perhaps? That's a bit of logic. I mean... Alright. Oh, and lo and behold, another key. In the rural areas of the Philippines, the prisons are known for their dismal and harsh conditions. The state of these prisons is among the worst, with overcrowding, lack of basic amenities, and inadequate security measures. Interestingly, the typical prison architecture in these rural areas is heavily inspired by American designs. Okay. This influence stems from the company's desire to cut costs and streamline construction processes. However, this cost-cutting measure has resulted in prisons that often fail to meet basic standards of comfort and safety for the inmates. Okay, that's why it doesn't look very Filipino-ish. Get it? Okay, so that all that was for was to get a key. Was to open the door to get another key that opens the door for you to exit. All right. Look, if I'm nitpicking here, I mean, removing a lot of needless running around, and needless basic problem solving is probably, something that would help fine tune the game. Adding an extra meaningless, meaningless section that doesn't really reward too much. I was expecting maybe something a little bit more in there, but I mean, we've got a bit of text, which is fine. That's okay. Just that I would have probably expected to read that text in that maybe the warden's office. Okay, in we go. Ooh, hollow blocks. Awesome, very Filipino. I remember that very fondly. They're everywhere. I mean, construction of using that material is everywhere. Okay. What is here? Detective Angelo, here's the key to the garage. Meet me there as soon as you can. Keep your guard up and stay safe. Pedro. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything here? Oh, can't go there. Also, I don't know if a detective would be wearing a leather jacket in the Philippines. It's quite hot. But then again, I've seen a lot of people wear jackets, so it's probably not yeah, I'm just nitpicking for no reason. I don't know, I like to sort of look at things from a very realistic perspective. I know people would say, just a game, dude. It's just a game. But I think a lot of people are a little bit more sophisticated when it comes to games. You know, even though they believe, you know, it's just a game, it's meant to mimic reality. And it's a lot of people play games for different reasons. I mean, one of the reasons I play games is to escape. So, I mean, you don't want to be sort of bombarded with the same physics or logics that operate in the real world in a game, because that's the type of stuff you want to escape. But I think that, because of that sophistication that all players have, for you to escape properly, you want to believe. You want things to sort of make a little bit of sense. So sometimes I like to look at a game, and look at, is it ridiculous on purpose, or is it trying to mimic the real world? If so, if the latter is the case, then you definitely want to make sure you make design choices that have you believe, and the thing is, belief helps in the immersion. I mean, if you said you were going to create a ridiculous game, throw out logic out the window, you don't have to nitpick everything and compare it to the real world. But if you want to make a game that tries to sell realism, definitely you want to make the player believe, because you want the player to be immersed. And I think in horror games, that's super important. Immersion is super important, because that's pretty much the basis of the fear factor. If I wasn't believing, if this world looked ridiculous, I wouldn't be scared at all, no matter what they throw at me. But then again, I am a bit of a, so probably I'll get scared anyway. The door is locked. I need to find a key. Sorry for yapping. I think, I don't know, I just love games. I really do. And I don't mind sort of giving a bit of my own 2 cents about the matter. Okay, a waiting area. I guess let's follow the blood trail. So upstairs needs a key. Garage. Okay. I think I'm going to find a key somewhere here. Let's see, can I exit? Okay, I need to find a key. The design of the police station in our game, so this is a bit of meta outside the game, draws inspiration from police stations across the Philippines, spanning from rural to urban areas. A notable fact about police stations in the Philippines is that they often serve as community hubs, not just for law enforcement, but also for various social services and community events. Interestingly, the cleanliness of the police station in our game can be attributed to the efforts of Pedro and his friend Juan, who diligently cleaned the area before the events of the game unfolded. Their dedication to maintaining order and cleanliness has left a mark on the station, creating a stark contrast to the chaos that now reigns outside its walls. Okay, cool. Loved it. So Pedro is a custodian? Yeah, probably. Okay, so this is reception. So Liwayway Police Station. Okay. So I think Liwayway is the name of the barangay, name of the suburb. I think. So Station 1. Okay, let's have, so garage. Police garage, nothing else here. So this is the key we have. So I guess maybe that locked door upstairs we don't really have to open. There's just doors that are just locked. Oh my goodness, what a small garage. Maybe I'm just expecting, oops, maybe this is what garages are like. Okay. So let's pick up the key first. I think I have to go up. Do I have to go upstairs? Let's have a look. Before we get the pistol and ammo. Detective Angelo, Juan's in danger and things are getting chaotic. I couldn't wait any longer, but left some guns and ammo for you to defend yourself. The key is also beside where the guns and ammo place at. Stay sharp and stay safe out there. You can take the route Liwayway Cemetery to go to the Eva village, Pedro. Okay. Pick some ammo up. Bam. Nice. 32 rounds. Let's pick that up too. Actually, can I equip the gun already? Okay, so the fun thing is, escape would usually take me to a screen where I can either exit manually or the settings or even something, but it doesn't seem to work. Not yet anyway. I just wonder... Oh, whoa, what happened there? Okay, so that button brings out my pistol. It's already reloaded, I guess. I'm just trying to figure out what that icon is near my life bar. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Cool. Let's see if this key unlocks. Actually, let's see if this key unlocks upstairs. I don't want to believe that every locked door stays locked. I want to believe that you can open them all. Bear with me. Police chief's room. So the police chief, is that the warden? If so, he said that I can't even review my notes. Okay, so there should be chief's room. Did I miss something? I have a feeling I have. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So the button for that. Okay. So you can. I'm gonna save my game really quick. Oh, that's a funky sound effect. Okay, it wasn't escape. It usually is escape. On the keyboard, it's P by default, and O is my inventory. So not for one. It's my notes. I guess items. I don't know what that is, and I pick up some cassettes. So I cycle through them through 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So if I go to my notes, I'm taking a break. Okay, police station. Nope. Now, where's the one about the... Here. You're not your next room. Stay once if it was monsters. No, I'm after the key. Exit key at the warden's office, and by the entrance there is a key for the warden's office, just in case you need it. Okay, so they have an extra exit key at the warden's office. And by the entrance, there is a key for the warden's office. Okay, so I think that little room with the TV monitors, that's the warden's office. Because I guess a warden is the one that looks at the... looks after the prison itself. It's not the police chief. Alright, that's cool. Sorry. I was just thinking that there was a key that I missed that opens up that room up there to the police chief's room. But I can't seem to find it. Because I know I've gone everywhere. Yeah, alright, let's just exit anyway. I'm sure if I run into it here, outside of the police station, then that's my luck. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's keep our gun drawn. You don't know what's going to be lurking out here. Oh, what's that? Oh, looks like something to worry about. Actually, looks like a bit like Charmeleon. It looks like Charmeleon.
Charmeleon.
That's cool. It's probably just a branch, swaying in the wind. That's what I think. But you know what? Let's soak in the atmosphere. Republic of the Philippines National Police Station, Philippine National Police, Liwayway Police Office. Okay. Okay, no, it was just a branch. It just... Yeah, don't you see? It looks a bit like Charmeleon, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Anything here? Of course. Another road closure due to natural reasons. One way in, one way out. Oh, is that an Aswang? Use right mouse button to aim and left to shoot. Is that an Aswang? Funny enough that there would be a... Nice. Oh, good. The magazine's fall on the ground. Love it. Kind of weird that there's a... oh, crap, I didn't see it. The bodies disappear? Yeah, kind of funny that there's a cemetery right beside a police station. Can I open this? Yes, please. Okay, the interacting box. The door's locked. I need to find a key. Okay, there's a key there. And there's an aswang here. So aswangs are Filipino monsters. I mean, you could probably the most easiest equivalent in the Western world is a vampire, but it doesn't have to be one. It sometimes the terminology differs per region, but also traditionally it could mean a lot of things, to tell you the truth. All right. So there's like 6 shots. How you disappear. Nice. Okay, before you head there, let's check here. Okay, I know this is part of the puzzle element, but it would be nice to... Actually, it would be nice for them to put a note that tells me, or even have some indication what those keys are, like what they open. I guess it's done on purpose. I'm gonna believe that, so that, you know, as part of the puzzle element, as you walking around, you kind of assume that a key is a key for this and that. You have to try and error your way around the key puzzles. Okay, cool. Get this key. I'm getting the system now. The keys you get usually open something you've traversed past before. The Liwayway Cemetery, inspired by the haunting designs of Manila North Cemetery, holds a dark legacy. Manila North Cemetery is known for being one of the largest cemeteries in Metro Manila, serving as a final resting place for many prominent figures in Philippine history. Interestingly, the barren landscape of the Liwayway Cemetery is a result of the company's influence, aiming to cut costs and simplify maintenance. Despite its desolate appearance, the area is surprisingly clean, a stark contrast to the eerie atmosphere that lingers in the air. Okay, so this company is cutting costs, which is why you find the area is a bit sparse of, I guess, of character. It's not too bad. But I think that's a good way for them to Deus Ex Machina their way around. Have the company be the one that explains a bit of the limitations that they have to sort of model the setting, which is cool. I mean, like, they're students after all. I mean, I wonder if this was a school project. What's that noise? Damn. Yeah, I wonder if this was a school project, and of course they had limited time and budget, of course. But love it. It's a clever way. You know, Deus Ex Machinas aren't bad. They're good when used properly. I wonder if the noise came from. Yeah, there you are. Look, I'd normally maybe try to keep preserving my ammo, but I've got enough ammunition, seems. Okay, so that looks like it's leading out. Just open this one. Oh, it's already opened. Ooh, where does this go? Secret? I need a key. Maybe this is the exit. Okay, no stamina meter either. Maybe if they decide to, fine-tune this game, I mean, a stamina meter wouldn't hurt. Look, so far it's I like it. For what it is, I like it. I mean, I love games, and I've always wanted to make one. My brothers, they're also part of this channel's crew. They're making games. My middle brother's made a game before. One day I may review it, actually. So I won't say anything much about it, but I may review it. Not review it, play through it to showcase to you guys. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, damn. Alright. Any more here? Ooh, massive boulder? Doesn't look like a landslide to me. How did that boulder get here? Alright. Okay, nice, nice. Oh, what's this? Jeep. Welcome to Barangay Liwayway. Okay, there we go. Pick up some ammo first. Oh, Liwayway Toda is inspired by real-life tricycle operators. Spelling mistake there. And Driver Association, another spelling mistake, Toda, in the Philippines. Oh, actually, maybe that's how they spell it. Because tricycles are used as public transportation, which are highly considered due to its cheap price. Yes, they are. Fun mode of transportation, actually. Oh, what's that? Another note. Inspired by real-life jeepney from the Philippines, the jeepney rapidly emerged as a popular and creative way to re-establish inexpensive public transportation. But due to the jeepney phase-out, it will be phasing out old, just like this one, so in the image there, vehicles that are no longer roadworthy and emissions compliant, to scrutinizing and reorganizing routes, franchises, and roles of the vehicles involved, to introducing new systems and standards for vehicles that will serve the public. Okay, interesting. That is interesting. I mean, that's a very bold move. I mean, like, I know certain places in the Philippines have limitations to them. I know GBC, you can't take a jeepney into it. It's trying to, I guess, modernize the city, making it look less. I mean, it keeps things, I guess, contemporary, but you lose a lot of the character that makes the Philippines really. I mean, there should be a way around it, but I understand. Look, I know certain reasons for it. You know, it just tidies up things a bit, you know. But also, I think the biggest thing is safety and compliance. Welcome to Eva Village. And that's one big thing. There is no regulation for jeepneys that I believe. Not to the standards anyway, compared to the Western world, I think. Very cool. Eva dito promise. Who goes there? Okay, I quite like how you can rapid shoot. Before I go anywhere, is there anything here in the rice field? Gotta have a rice field. Love it. Okay. Alright, so there was now I have a feeling that gate up there on that little trek that I did from the cemetery. It looks like to me it's just a red herring. It doesn't really go anywhere, not really. That's cool. Eva Village is inspired by Bahay ng Bato from Batanes Island. In fact, the historic houses of Batanes is vernacular architecture of lime, stone, wood, and thatch, and constructed to withstand the harsh weather. I've heard about this. I've actually never been to that island, but I have heard about them. That's cool. Stone, because yeah, not many Filipino houses are built out of stone. It's very, very interesting. The door is should be welded shut. Can remove that eye. Door is welded shut. How about this one? It's maybe the door is welded shut. I can't open it. Cool. Oh, shipping containers, eh? Interesting. Look, they do a smashing job, like a really cool job with, what they have to create a playable game, as well as something that, passes off with some really good atmosphere. I mean, like, I don't know, I'm liking it. Like, it's a really great attempt. Oh, what's this? Nothing. Can I see anything here? Ooh, tao po. I hear something. Okay. Around the corner, perhaps. Yes. 6 shots. Investigate this. Ooh, let's translate this really quick. Investigate this really quick. That's what I was peeking through. Cool. All right. Some banana trees. A rice field. Very good. So I enter through here. Ooh, more ammo. Don't mind if I do. I don't want to be greedy, but I doubt there's anyone that's gonna follow after me. Yeah, your guy doesn't look very Filipino either. But, that's cool. That's cool. Oop. Did I holster my weapon? Okay, so it looks like I vault over this opening. Nothing there. Yep. Okay. Check the room. Ooh. I was not expecting to get another firearm, to tell you the truth. Bahala. Hindi ko. Okay, looks like. I don't know if this is done on purpose or if they forgot to translate this into English, but paalala, to note, to make. Actually, I'm not very good with reading Tagalog as well as deciphering it, but I'll do my best. Hindi ko mawari na tunay na mga aswang ang nasa bukid. Mangingat ang lahat sa parang may nakita ang ibang nating kababayan na tikbalang, malamang isa ito sa mga boss nila. Okay. Naway kawawan tayo ng Diyos. Okay, so basically, pala means to make known. Is it? I don't know the proper. Let's just say note. To note or alert. So those vampire things, they are aswang. Just take care. May nakita ang iba natin. But take care because they have seen aswang. I'm paraphrasing a little bit too. But they have also spotted a tikbalang, which is another Filipino monster. Basically, it's a horse-headed bipedal monster. And it seems like this is the boss of those aswangs, those vampire-like creatures. So God will be fighting for us, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's my paraphrasing as I attempt to decipher this. Cool, so we'll fight a tikbalang. Nice, that's the boss. So this must be the boss of this area. Alright, so if I got the shotgun, how do I cycle through my weapons? Q should do it. Alright, cool. So that's how I cycle through it. Nice. Alright, well, I'm going to reserve that because I only have, how many shots do I have? That's not too bad. 18 plus 4. Let's test it out. The Bukid inspiration comes from the rice fields in Bicol, overseeing the Mayon volcanoes. The Philippines remains to be one of the top rice producers in the world, maintaining its 8th place behind China, Indonesia, India, and other Southeast Asian nations. I've been to Bicol. I've seen the Mayon volcano. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Okay, let's just test one shot. Okay, just one shot. Ooh. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. See if I can line up a few. Nope. Didn't do well there. Okay, so the image of the shotgun doesn't match what the type of model of shotgun I have in my hands. Okay, if I nitpick, I mean, it'd be nice to sort of keep those things relatively the same so you don't get confused. I mean, the pistol does. Close enough. What is it? It's like a Glock or something. Oh, I like it. I like it. Rice fields. Oh, can I enter through here? Is there anything good? Any goodies? I think one aspect that's good with game design is also the rewarding the player for exploring. Even in linear games, you have opportunities. Well, you create like expanses and of space as well as retraction of space in your level design, and that gives you, I guess, even though you might be playing on rails, you can have opportunities to sort of explore, and a part of that is to reward the players. I think you don't have to have like a reward in every, let's say, big patch like this. You don't have to have a reward there, but maybe if you had like 3 big rice fields, one of them out of the 3 would have something to reward the player. Maybe more ammo would be the basic one. I think something of this level of difficulty, which is not very difficult to navigate through, you'd give something like a note, to reward the player at the very least. So yeah, I mean, like, that's also something to keep in mind. I mean, if they want to take this game further, they'll probably put an extra little bit of consideration for sure. I guarantee it. Okay, it's well that's shut. Reward the player for exploring. Give them something. Okay, it's welded shut. Let's continue. Ooh, a fork in the road. Let's go up here because it looks like this goes further down somewhere. I just want to see where this might take us. Okay, a dead end. Cool. Makes my decision. Oh, what's going on? Not sure why it's a bit choppy. Doesn't matter. Forgive me if it's a bit annoying on your end, but yeah, I can't explain why. All right. Yeah, I should have put down the graphics a little bit. Yeah, but look, it's a good attempt. I mean, it's enjoyable enough. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. Oh no. That's it. Okay, so that was the demo / prototype. I think we'll call it a demo of La Perlas. Look, that was an enjoyable experience. I think I quite liked that. It's bare bones. I mean, it is a demo after all. But you know what? I enjoyed that. I think when I play games, I don't normally not like what I play. Okay, very, very rarely, right? Very, very rarely. So I always come out of a game, grabbing something I enjoyed out of it. And, regardless of, if it wasn't like a finely polished item per se, So definitely the Perlas, being a demo, the disclaimer is there that I usually put when I sort of make these videos. It doesn't represent the full nature of the game upon its full release, but what it does present, I think it's quite good. So of course the difficulty is not there. It's quite a very easy experience. Definitely the survival horror part of it hasn't been showcased. I mean, the basic thing with survival horror is item management and limited inventory space. So definitely they could have probably introduced that in the game. But then again, there's not much inventory to cart around. So the next bit of survival horror is, of course, the jump scares. There wasn't really much around, and atmosphere. So definitely the atmosphere could have could have invoked a little bit more terror. I think a lot of it has to do with the mood that they've tried to set was quite good. Just I don't know if by default it should have been a lot darker. Probably have limited ammunition for sure. If you're not going to have an inventory mechanic in this game, definitely remove a lot of the firepower in this game. So in my opinion, I don't think you would have needed the shotgun in this demo. It probably is like really cool to add, like, ooh, cool. But as a horror game, you probably don't need it. You could probably just keep the pistol itself, but probably at the very least give you only a quarter of the ammo that it gave you, and probably give you an ability to allow you to evade, or slash evade, or sort of be able to manage the enemies. Because one big flaw of a game would be to, let's say, give you limited ammo, never give you really a way to replenish it, but also, more important, never give you an alternative to use against like things you're trying to combat, other than your pistol, for example. So in this game, I mean, if you've got a shove, that contextually becomes activated, able to be activated when you're close to an enemy. That would have been really cool to allow you to sort of give you some breathing space. Because of course in a game like this, survival horror, you don't have to kill every enemy. So definitely it's, I didn't have to go around shooting everything, but then it doesn't mean that you don't give them another ability to defend themselves, Just one little thing. If they decide to sort of do more with this game, those are my little nitpicks. I think gameplay wise too, maybe another enemy type. Oh, that would have been good. They gave us the Aswang, which is cool, but then I think the next sort of enemy type, usually in games like of this, is like the dogs, the canine variety, like the monsters that are smaller and then walk on all fours, made a little bit faster. So definitely could have found like a Filipino monster to represent like those type of, I guess, four-legged creatures that you have to combat. I mean, what would be one on top of my head? Actually, nothing else on the top of my head, but I know there's quite a lot. All right. Maybe in the description I'll add like maybe what I could have think. I mean, I need to, whatever. So. That's one suggestion. And then it's really cool that they had like their first boss that they introduced. Big shame that I couldn't fight that boss. That would have been so cool. That would have been so cool. I had the shotgun ready. I'm glad I was able. I'm glad I used the shotgun to give it a shot. Pun intended. You know what I mean? Because if I didn't do it and I already hit that end of the demo, I would have been killing myself. But look, I think the creature designs are also pretty cool. That tikbalang of fleshy looking was not what I was expecting, and I loved it. I think that's a really great way to to sort of make, I guess, typical monsters a bit unique. It's just playing around with the textures a little bit. So the swangs looked as they should, vampire looking, very, very vampire looking. The one big thing that makes Aswangs a little bit more unique from a standard vampire is their long proboscis-like tongue. Okay, they do have a tongue that spits out of their mouth. I guess if you've seen the show The Strain, or read the comic book The Strain, it's very similar to that, because the vampires in there do have a very long proboscis-like tongue. Okay, and that's very, very Aswang-like, for sure, because that's one defining feature. So I mean, that's extra little bit of work. So maybe they want to keep the Aswang creature, having them attack using their tongue primarily would have been really cool. All right, and maybe step up their speed a little bit, because you could probably use other things like a zombie-like creature other than Aswang, because Aswangs should be a little bit faster. Okay, so maybe an Aswang could have been like a second-tier level, a type of monster maybe. So maybe the first tier, of course, is your lumbering zombie-like creature, and then you have your I guess your four-legged creature one as your third one. So your second tier of creatures, and then your third tier would probably be the Aswang, a bit more of a tougher variant of the zombie and faster with longer range. Okay, so I mean, of course, you might find another sort of lumbering zombie-like creature as your first encounter of enemy. Again, from the top of my head, I can't really think of any, but there are various types of aswangs. Okay, various types. There are ones that are more minion-like. So there is a type of aswang which I sort of associate to a virus called the Yangao. I've researched a little bit when I was a bit younger. I sort of love mythology and monsters. Hopefully I pronounced it right. And it kind of reminds you of a virus. You know, it infects other creatures and turns them into like aswang. So you could sort of make the variety maybe a bit more zombie-like, you know, just cannon fodder. And again, yeah, I mean, having those three enemies in a demo would be great. And then you introduce the tikbalang boss, and boom, that's it. So again, little bits of nitpicks. I think the game as a whole is pretty cool. And the reason why I have the itch.io page here is just to show, correct a few things. So I head on over here. I'll put the link. And it looks like it's won some. You know, it's had some few accolades. So in this PGDX Manila 2024, it received an Indie Game Stars. So some very good accolades, which is really great for first-time indie devs. I love it. And then I just want to put something here. It's so the university is the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, and the BSIT is a Bachelor of Science and Information Technology. That's what the students were majoring in. But also one thing that I loved about it, because they wanted to use technology to showcase Filipino culture and heritage, and having that as notes in the game was really effective. I think it was really cool. Planting them at various parts of the scenery, so you have one at the jeepney / tricycle sort of station, and also the police station, and then the cemetery, so you can have a bit more info that you could read up on I guess the lore of that particular part of the setting, lore / the cultural significance of that particular part of the setting, so that was pretty cool. I think I would have loved to hear more about this company, this corporation. I mean, it's got Resident Evil vibes. It's like an umbrella corporation for sure. I don't want to think that they're the ones who created the monsters, because that would be a bit silly. I mean, this is Filipino monsters in a Filipino setting, and it's based on Filipino lore. So definitely it would have been cool to have maybe those Filipino monsters not be created by the corporation, but be the ones to maybe release them, to unleash them by accident, probably. I think I would have loved to hear more about what the company is. But that's just me being spoiled a little bit, I think as a whole, look, this prototype, prototype / demo of La Perlas was enjoyable. I can't wait for the devs to continue work on this. If I go further down, I don't think there's any here we go. There's any info yet. This game is described as a proof of concept video game, something that they want to use to showcase, I guess maybe their talents, the team's talents, as well as an example of what they want to create, a game that has ties to Filipino culture, not just visually, but they want you to learn about it. That's why you have these various notes describing aspects of Filipino culture. I think that's really, really cool. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end it there. I know I'm fumbling my words at the moment. Please do excuse me. Join me next time. I'll play another solo game probably next week, or if not, I'll see what I can do. But until then, I wish you guys all a very merry day. And once again, don't forget, growing older does not mean game over. Okay, guys. See you next time. See you next time, and peace out. See you guys later. Bye. Join us for the next episode, and again, thanks for watching.